What's good? We're here with Vergil Ortiz, senior trainer, father. Your son, one of the phenoms in the 154-pound division. Extraordinary performance versus Majramov in his last outing. We understand he had a hand injury, had the hand surgery. How's the update and how's the recovery?
It's going fine. He had surgery like a few weeks back.
Okay.
People think you can just get surgery like, hey, you call the shots and the doctor's all right. You gotta wait in line and stuff like that. Especially if it's a good doctor, So right now his hands are fine. I mean they're recovering because obviously it takes time because it's they kind of be drilled into the bone a little bit and scrape stuff off and stuff.
Make sure we take
My hand broke in the process of doing that, but we got surgery. We're already getting through the recovery process, getting it out of the way so we don't have to worry about it later. When there's more of the bone, it takes a lot longer. But time will tell how fast he can come back. But right now, he seems like he's healing okay. Like I guess he's going in schedule, like the way they said.
That's good, man. Two great wins in the 154-pound division. He's the interim WBC world title. He's a position for any top fights, the Charlo or Texas matchup, maybe the Errol Spence. They came up with the same, teaching as well. You got Keith Thurman back in the mix. You got Tim Tszyu that's probably going to be fighting Fundura. I asked your son earlier, what's a matchup? He will fight anybody, but what's a massive matchup that before he retires, he just needs to get? What you think is that matchup, in your opinion, as a fan and a trainer and a father?
Well, as a father, it's whoever pays him the most. Because, like belts and all that don't feed you at the very end.
Facts.
I think, honestly, I think the only one that I would say that would be Errol. Spence but you're saying Matanya retired, but Spence is already pretty much at the end or almost at the end. So it would have to be like ASAP, within a year or a year and a half or something. It's more his dream fight, just because they come from the same. People don't realize that Vergil and Spence, they come from the same gym. The actual gym. They come from Oak Cliff in Dallas. It's a suburb. It's a body. And Gene Vivero was their coach.
Okay.
And I was Vergil's coach, and Gene was Vergil. There's several of us, right? But Gene is the one that made Spence.
Yeah.
People don't know that. And I've always said it. I think that's more Vergil's preferred fight, and probably mine too. It kind of gives for us. It kind of gives because Gene died already. Our coach died. He died 2 weeks before. Actually, about 3 weeks before he fought Maurice Hooker.
Oh, okay.
So not only Vergil was going in with COVID, he was going in with the loss of our coach, who's like their dad and stuff like that. So
going in the ring with a heavy heart.
Yeah, he did. They even posted him on the. If you go back and look, they did a 10 count for him. So for us, it'd be more for respect for Gene because not only did they both come out of there, but it just shows how good of a program and Gene, how good we were at the gym because we've had very good fighters coming out of there. And to have two of your guys out of your own gym, let's say headline Cowboy Stadium. I don't think there'll be another gym like I say they had two big guys. Well, maybe there's one gym. I forget the name of the gym where you have two guys come out of your gym headlining something huge. And it's just unheard of, for two guys come out like that. So, I think that would be his for Gene, for
that's
his,
what's up.
To make him proud,
That's what's up. Your son is one of the most explosive fighters in the sport of boxing, but he's probably the most mild-mannered, most humble. What keeps your son grounded? What was briefly the upbringing? Why he's so explosive? It looked like he has a switch, but then when he's not fighting, he's like the most mild-mannered.
Because I've always taught him growing up, and I told him, look, everything that goes up comes down. You're gonna see people on your way up, and you're gonna see people on the way down. And when it's your time, and you're doing this, at the end of the day, you're just like everybody else. You eat like them. You might hurt like them. You breathe like them. We all, and one day we all go. And it really, it's not, it doesn't. The way I see it, it doesn't really matter how someone thinks about you when you go. It really doesn't because when you're going, you're going. What does it matter? I think it's more about what your self-worth, what you feel like.
True.
At least you can say, I treated people right, and it's, at the end of the day, it's what you feel.
Yeah.
Not what anybody else feels. That's it. And then also when you train, we're training him to fight. He's not a fighter. He's not going to sit here and dance around. And,
Facts.
You want to go dance or you want to be all and you know, non-physical, go play soccer. I mean, but for us, that's why. You know, he's built different. You know, all that shit talking they do. You know,
Yeah, it's not as
that's all that is just all right, motherfucker. You know, and I tell him, you this motherfucker. We don't show him the time, and that's all it is. You know, the same thing with I don't want to say some of these fights, you know. But, Vergil's just better when he's more in control of himself. And he's always stayed like that. So.